Rivers Stadium. That's how it stands for the Bills in the AFC East. They're out of the playoffs, but would love to beat Pittsburgh. And for the Steelers, they must win today. If they lose, Houston, regardless of what they do with Philadelphia, will win the AFC Central Division. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Don Criqui with John Brody. A very important game today. The Steelers look on it as a playoff game, because if they lose, they'll have to play a playoff game next week as a wild card, and they also could lose the home field, so they've got a lot on the line, John.
I think, Donnie, the home field advantage is the one they want to lose least, because they're 4-4 at home, they're 7-0. I mean 7-0 at home and 4-4 on the road. 21 out of 22 at home, and it's going to be hard for them to get ready today. I know everybody says it's a big game, but when Buffalo is playing at home, it's tough to get ready.
Well, there's a couple of tough customers coming in here from Buffalo looking for those Steelers. One of them is Jim Haslett, a rookie linebacker out of nearby Indiana State. Then they got an all-pro here.
This is why I think it's a dangerous situation for him. Jim Haslett comes from the area, little Indiana State, right here in Pennsylvania. He emulates the future personality of the Bills, and that's a tough one.
The next Steeler, Frank Lewis, will be a wide receiver for Buffalo. He's caught a lot of balls this year, could set a team record, and the Steelers regret losing him. They didn't get anything in return. The player that came here, Paul Seymour, couldn't play, and Buffalo got a potential Pro Bowler.
Well, Dan, it's rather hard for anybody to say with John Stallworth and Lynn Swann they miss Frank Lewis, but over 1,000 yards, over 20 yards a catch, he's having a great year.
Two great quarterbacks, both from the same high school, Woodlawn High School in Shreveport, Louisiana. Joe Ferguson of the Bills and Terry Bradshaw. And they are revved up and they are ready. The crowd has come alive at Pittsburgh. So stay with us because we've got a great one coming up. In a moment, it'll be the Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kick downfield by the Steelers is taken by Keith Moody. He's across the 10-yard line and the 20, breaks it across the 30, and Moody is out across the 35-yard line. So the Bills get the good kick return, something they've not had regularly throughout this season. They're just set for the Bills. Joe Ferguson at quarterback. Terry Miller and Mike Collier start as the runners. Butler and Lewis, the wide receivers. Joe shipped the tight end in for injured Reuben Gant. Scrimmage. Ferguson going to put it up. He's looking. He's got a man open. He hits Jerry Butler, and Butler's across the 50. He's inside the 40. And Jerry Butler, all-pro quality as a rookie, takes the ball down to the Steeler 37-yard line.
He can go back to Buffalo if he attacks Pittsburgh that way. You can see on the first play of the game that is not his philosophy. He's going to have a go at it. He's got two great wide receivers.
Got 46 balls now this season as a rookie. It's 1st and 10 for the Bills. Handoff. They go up the middle. Terry Miller spins off, and he gets ahead for maybe 9 yards, but penalty markers come in off the play.
I think it's a face mask, Don. We can't tell, but
because of an ankle injury.
68, face mask, first down.
In this season, they're not quite sure why. There's some good people in there. Ken Jones, the left tackle, has become one of the most consistent. Two good guards in McKenzie and DeLamalure. DeLamalure consensus all-pro. Willie Parker at center. Devlin's the right tackles. Had some problems with penalties. They're going to throw right now. They go to the pitch back to Collier as the Steelers drop back into zone coverage, and Collier gets ahead down to the 20-yard line.
Runner, Greenwood just with his speed caught up and brought it down.
Greenwood, Green, Dunn, Banaszak. That's the defensive front. And we got some Buffalo Bills sneaking in there trying to be linebackers for Pittsburgh, but Winston, Lambert, and Cole are the guys who are in there for Pittsburgh. Now they drop back. Ferguson on 3rd and 7 takes a look, cocks his arm. He's got a man. It's caught down at the 12-yard line, about the 13. Now they're going to spot it a little farther back out. It looks like it might be short of the first down. Well, coming in as a free agent. 16 for 17 inside the 39-yard line. Snap, the set down, whistles blow. The kick is up. It looks like it's right there, but there were whistles. Delay of game is called against Buffalo, so instead of a good field goal, the Bills will have to try it again. And
to get it down there.
You were quite a guy. Dick Mickemeyer is blocked. A blocked field goal, and here comes Donnie Shaw with a football for Pittsburgh. So the Steelers make the big play.
Just a little bit late and just a little bit low. Looks to me like that's Joe Green. He slipped underneath the block, but Minucci alertly got out there, or Shell might have run it in.
So the Bills are stopped, and now Franco Harris takes the corner, and he is waxed by a rookie free safety. Nixon in the defense. Here's the offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bradshaw at quarterback. Blyer and Harris are his starting runners. Great pass catchers. John Stallworth, 66 balls he's caught already. Lynn Swann, the other flank, is healthy again. Tight end Cunningham. Some changes in the offensive line. They've got people hurt there. Peterson and Corson, new starters on the left side for Cole. Defensively, the Bills go at the front three, and this has been a tough defensive unit. Ben Williams, Mike Kadish, Sherman White. In fact, in the last 4 games, the Bills have given up only 1 touchdown a game. 4 linebackers in there for Buffalo. It's 3rd down and a long 3 for Pittsburgh. Bradshaw steps in, he lets her rip, and downfield it is broken up, so the Steelers will have to punt the ball to Buffalo. 3 wide receivers are in. McCone goes in to join Lewis. Gary Butler. Ball is knocked down, and here's a penalty marker down. The Steelers were really coming. White not happy about something. First thing you do is keep your helmet on now when they start swinging.
I think they're coming after him.
3rd and 12. They're threatening the blitz. Their strong safety. Shell has 4 sacks himself for Pittsburgh. Buffalo go to the run and gets ready to punt the ball. Buffalo playing a computerized football game. They're playing percentages. Jackson takes his time, doesn't hit it very far. T-Bell's going to run it back to Buffalo. He takes it from his 46, goes straight ahead across the 50. And Theo Bell moves the ball to the 48-yard line of the Bills. So again, the Steelers are inching their way upfield on changes of possession. This is their best position. And for the national championship before it's over. Next Saturday at 2 Eastern time on NBC. Swing pass goes to Benny Cunningham. On 1st and 10, he's inside the 40. And down to the 38-yard line. Yard line of Buffalo, 1st and 10 Steelers, no score first quarter. Bradshaw, but gun arm. John Stallworth turns out, catches his 67th pass of the year.
He was out of bounds, Don. He caught it kind of lazy, and he's arguing with the official at this point, but he lifted his leg just before he caught it, never got both feet in bounds. At least that's the way it looked to me. The ball takes a while getting there. He kind of puts it over the top of the...
Yep.
See, he had his right foot lifted.
In the game, they have Swann and Stallworth on one side, so they can't be double covered. Jim Smith is the other. Here is the pitch up the middle, and nice defensive play by Charles Rose. He made the all-rookie team, beating out people like Uwe von Schaumburg of Miami and Tony Franklin of the Eagles. And the kick is partially blocked, and it rolls downfield. And so Buffalo is going to come out of this with the ball 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. It's 2nd down and about 7. Whoops. Harry Miller slid into second base there at about the 40-yard line. Lost his footing. The field looks a little wet. First quarter, 2:40 to play in the quarter. Ferguson stands in. He's got to hurry. And Joe Ferguson is knocked down by Lauren Taves, number 51. Joe Ferguson's been sacked this year.
They've been fooled a lot.
Here's the punt by Rusty Jackson downfield. T-Bell, he'll return them all. He will not fair catch. Turns the corner. Good special teams play by the Bills. Old Hazlitt was down there thumping on him.
Don't start turning some of it into points that the flow can turn.
Here's a pitch. It's caught by Lynn Swann, and he breaks the defense, and Lynn Swann takes the ball inside the 35-yard line. He's down to the 32.
He's having a fine year. When you're trying to handle Lynn Swann and Terry Bradshaw, you've got your work cut out. You can see he's all over the top of Swann. Just did not get a piece of the ball. Result, big play for Pittsburgh.
A 24-yard gain on the play, so the Steelers now advance the ball down inside the Buffalo 33. It's further to go now this time. Let's see what happens at 2nd down and about 6. Back to the run. Sidney Thornton in the game, and this big power back takes the ball inside the 25-yard line and close to a 1st down. This time Jim Hazlitt was on the stop. We'll watch him.
Sometimes the number of tackles that a linebacker makes is not the indicator. It's where he makes them. You'll notice Lambert, early in his career, made a lot of tackles. Some of them past the line of scrimmage 3 or 4 yards. This time Hazlitt gets held up a little, just too long, couldn't make the play at the line of scrimmage. As a result, it's 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1 it is, as the ball is just short of the Bills' 23-yard line. The clock is running in the first quarter, 50 seconds to play in the quarter, and there's no score on the board. The world champions have challenged. Their first scoring attempt, a field goal, was blocked. End off. Franco Harris, and he thunders down to the 20-yard line as a 1st down for the Steelers. 1st and 10 Pittsburgh. Bradshaw gets it away. Look at Lynn Swann cuts the ball for a touchdown. The spectacular athlete from Southern California goes up. He's
okay. I know Bradshaw's attention was down the field on the left side. Yeah, he was going to Swann. Well thrown ball, but a great catch.
Now for an update on NFL 79, let's go to Bryant Gumbel in New York. 7-0. Ferguson digging in. He throws. It's caught long. As Lambert comes in and puts the heat on the receiver, Mike Collier. Buffalo trailing 7-0. Ferguson against the rush. Look at these guys come. And Ferguson got his arm moving forward just before John Banaszak leveled him. Gary Dunn, 67, was that guy coming in like some big surrealistic hawk jumping over people. Lead the game, 7-0. And snap. And Jackson did well to get it away. There is a penalty marker down. Here comes T. Bell. He's across the 40. Turns the corner. He's across the 50. And Bell goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line of Buffalo.
And I think the penalty will be on Buffalo because the punter took a little too much time to kick it since it hit the ground. He made a good play, but you get in a hurry when you're an offensive lineman.
The ball is down now to the 48-yard line of Buffalo. Pittsburgh has the ball, 1st and 10. Bradshaw looking for some more. Stands in, throws, the ball is caught. John Stallworth comes back at the ball. This one will go, and he has 67 receptions as he's down to the Buffalo 39, a pickup of 8 yards. 2nd down and 2, Pittsburgh. Pitch back goes to Franco Harris. And Harris powers his way down to the 35-yard line. Buffalo. Bradshaw with men on either flank gives off to his big back, Franco Harris, and look at that burst of speed. The stutter step and then the acceleration. It's been his hallmark as one of the game's premier runners, and Franco Harris accelerates ahead for 14 yards and a 1st down. As Bradshaw rolls out, here's the rush from Kadish. He swings it out and goes to Benny Cunningham. And Cunningham, who is a full load when he gets it moving, takes it down inside the 15-yard line. On 2nd and 10, he might have a 1st down.
Well, I think John Madden said it. He said Terry Bradshaw is the most important single player on any team in the National Football League right now. I happen to agree with him. He does so many things well. Here's an occasion where his receiver was well covered. He had to pick up a 1st down, puts his head down and picks it up. Let's see if we can figure out what happened.
Charles Romes covered the black deed. Now the arm of Bradshaw, nor the running ability, but when he's been in there, he's been a very effective quarterback. 2nd down and goal now for Pittsburgh. Pitch back. Thornton blocks. Harris carries. Touchdown Steelers. And all of a sudden, it's turned into a torrent as the Steelers roll up 13 points and looking for a 14th as Bowers back out on the field. Extend their lead to 14-0. There's a break in the action here at Three Rivers Stadium. We'll be back with Pittsburgh kicking off to Buffalo after this. Spinner downfield is going to be taken by Len Willis. He's across the 20, 25, 30, not done yet. 40, look out, look out, look out as Len Willis finally gets it out to the 45-yard line. Mel Blunt, that's how good the Steelers are. They have all pros playing on their special teams. The Bills. Ferguson needs the big play now. Here's the rush. He swings it out. He's got Collier. Good play. Good execution against a big rush, and the Bills get the ball across midfield and down to the 49-yard line of Pittsburgh. 2nd down and 4 now for Buffalo. Handoff. Look at the running room there as Collier, an ex-Steeler, thunders through the Pittsburgh defensive front and then rams the ball right down inside the 40 to the 36. 2nd quarter. Frank Lewis, 82, goes in motion. Ferguson goes right back to it. Got a good horse riding, boy. They send Collier right at the Steelers again. As they have the ball down to the 32-yard line of Pittsburgh. 8:53 to play 1st half. 14-0 Steelers. Pitch back. Here comes Roland Hooks taking the ball down to the 29-yard line. But it's 3rd down and about 2. Ferguson's looking. Lewis running along. Oh, it's Joe Shipp. 47-yard field goal. Whoops. A little hitch in his step there. Came up short. Apparently the hold was bobbled briefly, and then Nickermeyer's timing was off. We'll take a look again. About 2 coming up. Pittsburgh leads 14-0. second quarter, and here is Joe Ferguson gunning it, and it's almost picked off. Jerry Butler was wide open for just a moment, and Lambert, who has the 6 interceptions, almost had another one. Line drive punt. T-Bell will take that one, and here it comes back at Buffalo across the 40. And Bell gets to the 44-yard line with the Steelers going offense once again, 1st and 10. Goes against Bobby Knight and his Indiana Hoosiers at Bloomington. That's at 2 o'clock Eastern time next Saturday here on NBC. Here comes Franco Harris. On 1st and 10, Harris carries to the 45-yard line. He got 11 and a first down.
And the Pittsburgh fans are getting more excited because they know, you know, it's funny what certain teams, the fans seem to think their team should work on.
49 yards and 12 carries. He has a touchdown. Bradshaw, play faking, swings it out. There's Benny Cunningham. Gets away, and Cunningham is grabbed and finally knocked down inside the 30-yard line. It took about 10 guys to do it.
It was Mike Webster and Larry Brown who got Cunningham loose.
Bradshaw, quick screen to Starwood. Blockers in front. What a well-executed play. Buffalo's linebackers penetrated well to get it, knock it down. Sherman White, 83, was through, along with Jeff Nixon and Charles Romes. Steelers 14, Bills nothing. Bradshaw takes a look. And finally, he goes down. I haven't forgotten about Cousineau. And he will play in Buffalo probably in 3 years. Bradshaw, I think he's at this game today. Lynn Swan goes up, but not come down with it one-handed. 29-yard line of Buffalo. Bradshaw, men out wide either side. Here's the deep drop. He throws, and he's got Franco Harris, who loses the ball, and Buffalo might have it. Now to the Bills have it. Buffalo has the ball. Oh, for Buffalo. Mixed it up. 1st and 10 now for the Steelers. Bradshaw rolling out. Pursuit is on. He lofts it up in the air. Cunningham goes for the ball. And Buffalo has it. Mario Clark picked it up. I don't know how. But Mario headed back upfield with the football. So he's been doing better than the Buffalo receivers have been lately. 1st and 10 now for Buffalo. 42-yard line of Pittsburgh. Ferguson swings it out. Collier catches the ball, but there's always someone waiting there. Lambert slams Collier down. And here in Pittsburgh.
Well, Buffalo's coming up to the line of scrimmage. As we see this play, Lambert creates a situation again. He knows it's a very time for Pittsburgh to dig in.
Ferguson throws, and Lambert almost had an interception. Twice today he has come close to intercepting. Lambert is not big as middle linebackers go. Bradshaw came in. The focal point of the offense. And the Steelers were shortly thereafter on their way. Ferguson throws, and here is the swing pass. Rolling Hooks running with the ball. Hit from behind by L.C. Greenwood, who popped him ahead for 3 or 4 yards. And a 3rd down and 11 play. The Bills got about 6. They're down to the 35-yard line with 33 seconds left, and they're now sending out their field goal unit. 4th down and 4. They feel they're out of field goal range, so they'll go from scrimmage with 15 seconds left. Let a lot of time get away. Here's Lewis down the sideline. Incomplete. Bills let about 18 seconds run off the clock, though, and now it's down to 10, and Pittsburgh takes over the ball. And a complete report on this 16th weekend of play is coming up here on NBC. We have the Buffalo Bills trailing the Pittsburgh Steelers 14-0 at halftime. Don Criqui with John Brody. John, the Pittsburgh Steelers are an interesting team this year. Some people say they might have lost a little after that great play in the midseason when they won those 4 games in a row by blowout scores. Is this a championship team again, do you feel?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about it. If their critics say, and you know how critics are, they say a lot. But the only weakness they have is when they have somebody down, they haven't rolled over the top of them and put them away. Now, they're in the same position today. 3 or 4 times during the year they've been in this position. They've made close games out of what should have been runaways. I don't know what's going to happen today, but in order for Buffalo to get back in it, they're going to have to protect Ferguson a little better than they did in the first half.
Home field is such a vital element in who wins in the playoffs. The Steelers are just about invincible here. They might have to play in San Diego again, though, before this is over.
Well, they will have to on their way to the Super Bowl if they're going to have to get by San Diego in the event that they win tomorrow, and I think they will. They've got a tough game on their hands, but San Diego's playing so well at home, and Fouts is having such a great year. I think any one of 5 teams could win and go to the Super Bowl.
I always like Bum Phillips' line, the coach at Houston. He said anybody planning to go to Pasadena in January is going to better plan to go through Pittsburgh first.
San Diego wouldn't have to.
That's right. That's the one team that would not. That's we're presuming a little bit, though, because San Diego's got a Denver Broncos team.
And when you are that and you can administrate properly, your team is going to be on the rise.
And, of course, Terry Bradshaw earlier in this game suffered a lacerated scalp on this play. Oh, man. Foot came in there after the play. So Terry gets up, and he missed all of a down. He missed one down.
He doesn't stay out long.
Kruzek, his backup, has never thrown for a touchdown. He directed the second touchdown, handed off to Franco Harris. Second down and 8 for the Steelers. Bradshaw stands in, throws it down, and Stallworth has the ball. Charles Rome's got him around the ankle, and that was enough to finally bring him down. But there's a big gain on the play out to the 46-yard line. It's a first down for Pittsburgh.
Today when that happens.
Chris Keating is backing the line now for Buffalo number 52, a rookie from Maine. Hazlitt is out of the game. He's been thrown out. Downfield they go, and Sidney Thornton, who had some injury problems after starting out great, he was out then about 4 weeks with an ankle injury, is back and raring to go in playoff form. Thornton on the big gainer receiving a Bradshaw pass. And they also have another first down as they start to mount a challenge in the third quarter. Sidney Thornton gets the call again. He is down to the 27-yard line. Keating on the tackle. Keating will be in there the rest of the way. Third down and 3. Franco Harris to the outside. And Harris runs it down inside the 15-yard line before Jeff Nixon knocks him down.
Well, Bradshaw hands off to Franco. It's a trap play. The Steelers trap everybody. You can see Mullins gets a pretty good block. But now here comes Stallworth all the way from the inside. Franco sets him up, goes to the outside.
Sidney Thornton turns outside. And Thornton, a 225-pound back build in a 5'10" frame. Defense coming into this game had given up only one touchdown a game for the last 4 weeks. But they're about to give up a third as Thornton is in the end zone. Sidney Thornton, straight ahead power, drives it right on in.
When they get in trouble, they say, Mike Webster, we're going to run another trap block. You get your man, our guard will get his.
And so the extra point by Matt Barr up and good, and Pittsburgh extends its lead to a commanding 21-0. Steelers ain't going to be no wild card. Minimum. Bradshaw at quarterback. 145 yards passing, looking for more. Brings it out. Big Sidney Thornton has the ball. And look at Nixon come up and wrestle him down. Down and 10 of the 43-yard line of Buffalo. Bradshaw rolling, dropping, lets her fly. Intercepted. Nixon with his 6th interception. I tell you, this kid's going to be in the league a long time. He doesn't play like a rookie. Being on the way to another win. Second down and 6. Ferguson takes a drop, looks, stands in, throws. That ball's intercepted by Shell of the Steelers. So Pittsburgh gets it right back. Terry Bradshaw hands off. Thornton turns the corner. He's inside the 40. Puts his head down and gets down to the 35-yard line. Boy, they're up and yelling and whooping and stomping here in Pittsburgh.
They can't get enough.
7 yards and a touchdown. Off goes, and Kadish makes a play. Here's a fumble. Buffalo has the ball. The Bills get the ball back. Turnover. Has it first and 10 of the Bills' 26. This is ludicrous.
White comes up with this one. It's wet, but it's not that wet.
Going offense at the 29-yard line of Buffalo. First and 10. Whoops. Another fumble. Appearances. There's the snap. He angles for the near sideline. Moody lets it go out of bounds if it does. And it goes out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. Ferguson throws, and it was an out pattern. Lewis was running a fly pattern. It's incomplete, and now Rusty Jackson's going to have to hope for a good snap and a quick punt. Good job. He got it away and hit it well. He drives T. Bell back to the 47-yard line. Bell is hemmed in. Excellent special teams play by Buffalo, getting the ball away. Now a couple of the guys mixing it up here, and we'll be back at Three Rivers Stadium after this.
Very upset. When I was watching from the stands, I had no idea that he was kicked or that his helmet was off. But his brother, Craig, is sitting in front of me, and he told me about it. And my mom in California told me how bad it looked on the close-up. That's the only way I knew.
And it's good to see Lynn back, Bernadette.
Yes,
good shape.
it is. I was worried.
He's all right. Well,
Yeah.
you girls are going to the Super Bowl again, I guess.
I hope.
Getting to be old business, isn't it? Thanks for coming by. Lots of good luck. Okay. Mrs. Terry Bradshaw and Mrs. Lynn Swan, JoJo and Bernadette, and right now the Pittsburgh Steelers have the ball, 2nd down and 6, coming up 32-yard line of the Buffalo Bills. Pittsburgh leading the game 21-0, 2:15 to play. In the 3rd quarter, they go to Thornton. Now for Terry Bradshaw and the Steelers. Franco Harris delivers the money yards. On a 3rd down carry, he drives ahead for 5 yards, and a Steeler 1st down. Isaiah Robertson, number 58, knocked him down. Grossman's to the left side. Swan and Starr with their flank. Bradshaw has time. He throws. Too much on it. He was going for Lynn Swan. And Swan had a step on the defense, but the ball came in high. Barr will attempt it. He's got it up in the air, but he is wide to the right, so it's no good, and Buffalo takes over the ball as time runs out in the 3rd quarter. And for the Buffalo Bills, just outside their 20-yard line. Ferguson swept under. He had time to fall back, cock his arm, and then no time to reload because got 9 punts underway, and there's his 9th in the air, and T. Bell ready to return it for a 9th time. These great punt returners, boy, they stand there and dance and weave a little bit, and all of a sudden the stutter step and they explode through a gap and they can be gone. And he one thing in print from the Steelers about
Buffalo. Well, the funny thing is Pittsburgh felt they shouldn't have left it into a situation that one call could dictate the outcome, and I think that's what champions are like.
And always is strong at 85. And his Bears right now are leading 21-0 on a very saddened day for them. Straight ahead, the carry goes, and the Pittsburgh Steelers drive it ahead for another 1st down. On a 3rd down and 3 carry, they get it, and the Steelers move the chain markers, get 4 new downs, and keep the clock running with 11:55 to play. Throwing Samoan to Jack Thompson. Franco Harris closing in on yet another 100-yard day. He has 89 yards. Bradshaw throws on 1st down, and a perfect strike to John Stallworth. Bradshaw all day long. He fires and wide open to Lynn Swan. Swan scurries ahead to the 10-yard line. He is thrown back, but the Steelers are down close and challenging once again with 9:40 to play in the game.
Goes the other way. Bradshaw finally picks him out. He's got plenty of time to operate. No one was close early, but they all close in at the end.
21-0. Here we go. Harris, touchdown Pittsburgh. So Harris busts in with his 12th touchdown of the season.
Don, that's just like you draw them up on the board. When they get down there, you know they're going to trap.
But it have command of the game. They haven't won now. They didn't long ago as they lead it 28-0. The 35th time that Franco has rushed for 100 yards in his 8 seasons as a Pittsburgh Steeler. The Steelers, most importantly, will have a week off now. They get those injured people back and ready. Ferguson gets time this time, throws it too hard. I guess, John, you played long enough to certainly know when you're standing back there and you've been hit a number of times in the game, when you do have time. Here is the punt now by Rusty Jackson downfield to T. Bell. Another penalty marker down. And Bell gets the ball across the 35-yard line. You talked, John, about the confidence factor, and I guess that is a very vital thing. When things are going good, everything seems to be in gear.
But not today.
On the run back, Buffalo, 53. Face mask, first down.
Gave Chicago a thread of hope, which the Bears turned into a rope and tried to hang him by. Kruzak running, he's going to take off, first down and more. And Mike Kruzak is down to the 17-yard line. Kruzak had 3 rushes for -2 yards up till now in this season.
Well, he got a pretty good pass rush from Hutchinson, who's playing for his first time today. Eluded that, picked up a first down. They've still got the ball. Just under 5 minutes to play.
Rain starts to fall hard here in Pittsburgh. Running with the ball is Anthony Anderson, a rookie from Temple, who's averaging 7 yards a rush in his first season. They go straight ahead, and Moser carries the ball right down inside the 10-yard line to about the 8. John Brody is heading down to the Steelers' locker room in the rain. Doesn't know it's raining. Here's a handoff. Hawthorne drives the ball down to the 9-yard line. It was a 4th down and 1-foot carry, and he needed that for the first time. We'll see if he got it. First shutout of this season. They can keep the Bills from scoring, and the Buffalo Bills defense holds in spots. On 2nd down and 10, Ferguson stands in, throws hard, and he gets his man. Jerry Butler catches the ball. He's a racehorse when he gets it. Dropping to throw is Ferguson. Penalty markers down in the secondary.
Holding, number 54. First down.
Zach Valentine, another in the parade of great linebackers in this team, a rookie from East Carolina, was called for the hold. So it's Joe Ferguson with 3rd down and 7 coming up, takes the deep drop, stands in, cocks his arm, gets it away, intercepted. The ball is picked off by Pittsburgh and run back inside the 25-yard line. Larry Anderson. You'll see Ferguson under very heavy pressure just before the big Steeler defenders came down on him. He releases the ball. Dwight White almost gets him before he got it away, and then right to Anderson. He knows where to go with it. Looking for touchdown time as he takes off straight ahead. 122. They go to the run, and Moser takes it straight ahead down to the 16-yard line. Anderson runs with the ball, turns the corner. Anthony Anderson takes it, is out of bounds at the 15-yard line. That will be the final play of the football game. 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, and off it ticks. Win the AFC Central Division title. Another divisional championship for the Steelers as Coach Noel goes off. A decisive victory, a 28-0 win after a tough loss Monday night at Houston. So now the Steelers will get a week off. They'll not play next Sunday. They'll watch the wild card game on NBC. And they'll get ready to tee it up right here at Three River Stadium